It'll all be okay, cool. Hi, everybody. My name is Crispina French, and I am a textile upcycling entrepreneur, podcast host. That's my latest thing that I'm super excited about. And I'm also hosting a summit coming up in April because that was super fun last year. And I have this whole new, really exciting model to use. And it's going to be free, which is going to be so fun. But I come on here every Tuesday and I love to share some tips, inspiration, ideas, other people who are doing cool things with textile upcycling, just to let you know what the options are out there for just having a little bit more connection to your consumption, right? Because we actually all wear clothing pretty much from the day we're born until the day we die, and we are able to think about that, think about what we wear, think about what we buy to wear, and make kind of a nice impact on the environment around us by being thoughtful with those purchases. So, this is a kind of a crazy busy time of year for me just because of the season and people are kind of getting geared up for the holidays. And this year, I'm trying to really stay calm. Anybody out there who is really focused on having a really thoughtful, kind, enjoyable, like stress free, if that's possible, holiday season. I feel like there's a movement in that direction, which is super exciting. So, if you are looking to have that kind of a holiday season, or what do you celebrate for holidays? Like, is this something that is, does it does it bring you joy? Does it, I don't know. I just feel like a lot of people forget that the holiday season, for us in the United States, it kind of begins this week with our Thanksgiving celebration, which is a holiday that I love, but I also wonder about the history of Thanksgiving and about how us, European immigrants who came to this country and kind of abolished our native people who lived here before us. Um, I'm not sure I really want to celebrate that, but I do really enjoy celebrating gratitude and being thankful for all the beautiful things that do happen in the world and maybe don't get enough attention from our kind of mainstream media. So I just like to celebrate you all for being here with me, for being interested in the thoughtful changes that we can all make, learn about, and share to reduce our impact on the environment. So I would love to know, and I ask this question often, but one of the things that really I feel so grateful for is that there's this upsurgence, this uptick, if you will, in people who are aware that their impact is meaningful and that they have choices to be made. So back in 1987, when I got started with textile upcycling, um, I felt kind of like a freak. I felt like nobody really understood what I was trying to do, and it was a lot. There was a lot of kind of gentle education that was repetitive and I'm not going to say tiresome, but I didn't get tired. And every once in a while, I would kind of see the results of my education by the inspiration that I was able to impart. And even if it was just like a single person, it really made an impact. So that change and that new and increased awareness is something that I think helps all of us, right? Helps us all of us, planet Earth inhabitants, all us Earthlings are benefiting by just being mindful of our consumption. And I think that also translates to being mindful of each other and aware and kind. So, this week in the world, there's been some hate and some I can't even really go there because honestly every week it's like seems like there's a new thing that is just so upsetting and hurtful that if we go down that rabbit hole, if we can get stuck down there. So I think that I just want to say that everyone here, everyone who comes here is welcome. I don't care what color or age or gender or height or ability or any, like, everyone's welcome here, and I welcome your questions. And one of the questions that I get asked most often is, what am I working on in my studio? And I wanted to show you a couple of the things that I'm currently working on. And there, it's a little hard to show you because I work on a table, which is just kind of right. I'm standing in front of the table, facing the computer and the camera, to talk to you. And it's hard for me to angle my camera down and also talk to you. So I'm just going to hold things up and show you. And I'm working on a bunch of skirts right now, and I will be selling them at the Holiday Shindy, which is an annual holiday festive event that I participate in every year in Pittsfield, Massachusetts. And it will be held on December 10th this year. It's a single day event, and it's from 10 to 4. And it's just a beautiful, kind of peaceful, festive event where there's lots of really talented and skilled craftspeople selling their wares. And it's not just crafts, actually. There's some food items, there's body care, and then there's like beautiful handmade, woodworked things, jewelry, candles, clothing, on and on. So if you're free and you're in the region, the northeastern part of the United States, you can visit me there in person, holidayshindy.com. I will put a link in the comments so you can access that. And actually, if you're on Instagram, they are Holiday Shindy, and Shindy is just how it sounds, SHINDY. And they have a beautiful feed. They've been featuring all the makers, and every day there will be, and they're doing their vendor profiles right now, so you can scroll through and see all the beautiful work that will be for sale there. So I have a couple of new things I wanted to show you, and this is my favorite new thing. This is a cashmere skirt that has, and this is the label. These are the labels off the original sweaters that I used. So I'm not sure. I think I'd like to incorporate those into the skirt somehow, but it's got a drawstring just to cinch it up. It's got some nice little, I'm not going to call them ruffles, but kind of layers, and it's really weighty. So when you wear it, it's nice, and the weight of the bottom kind of adds a nice drape to it. And there's nothing warmer than cashmere, and it's, you can really dress this up, or you can dress it down, be more casual, but it's just, I love this sort of asymmetric kind of, almost, I don't know if you can see it with the background here, but it's very, kind of, the hem is like layered and beautiful, and there's some patching going on too. You might have noticed there's some patching there that you can see. There's another one. So just really cool. And I'm working on a small batch of these that are in kind of monochromes. This one being a nice kind of medium brown. I have a bright blue one in the works, a couple black ones. So if you're in the market, and they're really they're sized slightly differently. Everything is kind of individually sized, but they fit a wide range of people because they're, of course, stretchy, and they do have that drawstring, so you can actually cinch it up, or wear it low on your hips depending on what style you're after. And then I have some Sarah Stewart, are they wool? No, that's actually cashmere. This is made from cashmere. So, indulgent, I have to say, but also, the drape of cashmere is just so lovely. It's kind of weighty, and cashmere and wool are both, they're natural fibers made from animal fur, and they're both antimicrobial. So, any kind of if you sweat in them, or you probably wouldn't really exercise in a long skirt like that. But I wear cashmere when I run, and I also have a couple of tops that are, running tops that I bought from wherever. And the synthetic fibers are sort of gross. They sort of stink after you wear them a few times and sweat. Whereas cashmere and wool are just like the most delicious things. They keep you warm when it's cold, and they allow your body to breathe and kind of get circulation when it's a little warmer. Cashmere is actually 5 times warmer than wool. So if you're somebody like me who tends to be on the cold side, run a little chilly in the wintertime, this time of year, wearing a cashmere sweater as like a thermal shirt almost, is the answer to all of my problems. And you can find cashmere at the thrift store. And oftentimes, it might have a hole or, be a little kind of funny shaped or whatever. But when you're wearing it as an undershirt, it really doesn't matter. And, if you can, if you're me, you can kind of piece things together. I like things that are kind of long. So sometimes the cashmere tops that I find are sort of short. So I'll just add a band from a second cashmere at the bottom just to keep that kind of midriff cozy, because I think that that's where you lose a lot of heat when you're um, not well insulated there. And then let's see, this is a skirt that I made too. This is a more of a patchwork kind of style, and this is wool. I call these a kilt, and this style kilt I just started making. They're a little bit longer than my more traditional kilts, which are shorter. And I'll show you what a kilt looks like. So this unzips. Let me just show you this. I'll finish showing you this and then I'll show you the short one. So it unzips. Okay. And then this one's a little bigger than my size. So I'll just show you how it works, but you just, wear it like this. You zip it from the top down, and you want to have it be super snug, you guys, because if you don't, there's no like real like belt loops or waistband to these skirt kilts. So you do want to wear them snug to keep them from slipping down, which could be ever so embarrassing. So there's a pocket here. I don't know. I put pockets on all of my kilts. So you can, put your phone, your keys. If you have a little cash or credit card, you can pop it in there. And these are great over like leggings, yoga pants, jeans even. Again, you do want them to be a little snug. This is a little big for me, but great for probably a size like 12 to 16 on this one. And I did line the top of this one with this really pretty Laura Ashley print that I harvested from a dress that I actually used to wear a bunch, but wasn't wearing it. And I thought I've been using that fabric for a few different pieces. So kilts, this will also be at the holiday shindy. And this one's super like patchworky and fun with all the different patterns. I generally make the kilts more of like almost, well, kind of monochrome. I usually use a single sweater to make a kilt. So I'm going to show you. So this is where it gets a little tricky to show you. So this is the front of a kilt that I'm making, and this is how long they normally are. So this is more of like a mini skirt kind of style, and it'll be with this blue zipper. And then the rest of it is all from the same sweater. So you can actually make a kilt from a single sweater. So you can see these are actually the sleeves. The side panels are actually the sleeves. And you can see like there's the seam from the sleeve, and those will be the side panels. And then the front piece will be the gray I just showed you. And then here's the back panel. So this one will be probably like a size 6, maybe 6 or 8. And again, snug is good for these. So this whole kilt is made from this one gray sweater with this turquoise blue zipper. And you got to put a pocket on here. Sometimes I do like a pocket that is almost like, it goes under the zipper. So there's like a pocket on either side. Sometimes I use upholstery fabric for those. And sometimes I harvest pre-made pockets from my raw material sweaters to incorporate as the pocket on those kilts. And you can see that's what I did with this pocket. This was from like a boiled wool jacket kind of thing. And it has this cool flap with a nice button. So it's pretty secure. You can pop your stuff in there. But so there's always a pocket on the kilts. And I'm actually working on building pockets into the cashmere too, because I think pockets are kind of imperative, right? Like you got to have somewhere that you can stash your phone for sure. And, these days you probably really don't need much more than your phone, because you can pay for stuff with your phone and whatever. So that is kind of what I'm up to, you guys. I would love to know, are you working on any holiday gifts? Are you making stuff this year? Do you gift people things that you've made? If you are interested, I have a couple of little videos over on my YouTube channel that are teaching videos for making Christmas decorations. There's one to make baubles that are these cool ornaments that I make out of bubble wrap and packing material. Like sometimes you get that, like the brown paper packing material, bubble wrap. I haven't figured out how to use those plastic peanuts yet, but you can make really cool ornaments out of those packing materials along with scrap yarn pieces or little pieces of fabric. They're really fun. They're fun to make. It's amazing to me that you can like take literally a pile of trash and turn it into these really cool ornaments. So if you're in the market for learning how to do that, you can hop over to my YouTube channel. And if I figure out how to do it, maybe somebody out there knows, I think I can pin those videos to like the top of my page in YouTube so that they're easy to find. And the other thing is too, I have this super cute video, and I'll show. Hold on one second. I'm right here. I make these really cool aprons, and I'm sorry I don't have the one I thought was right inside my little closet there. I don't have it handy, but if you're making cookies or doing holiday cooking with kids in your house and you don't have an apron to use, you can take a ratty old t-shirt and make an apron with it's a no-sew project. So it's a fun thing to do. It's like abracadabra. You can turn like a t-shirt into a cool apron and keep your kids from getting, covered in flour or frosting or whatever you might be using. So I just want to encourage all of you to think about ways that you can use what you have to make really cool things that might be appropriate for gift giving or decorating, and to just not incur a lot of consumption or expense over the next month or a month and a half. So I hope that you have found this inspiring. I would love to know two things. If you have, if you're listening to this live right now, or if you're listening to this as a recording, I would love to know where you're tuning in from. And if you are planning to make any of your holiday gifts this year, love to know. Put it in the comments, please. If you are making gifts, or if you are a maker and a seller of gifts, put your link in there. People love to support people. So if you have the ability to, make gifts that other people might want to give their loved ones, share that, because it's really great. It's a great resource for others. So how's everybody doing? I just want to check in for a minute. I have Sarah Stewart has commented. It's so nice to see a live comment. And somebody's here from Bahrain. That's awesome. Thank you for tuning in. I wonder if Bahrain, I'm going to look at like where exactly that is, because I have a limited knowledge of geography, and you're encouraging me to expand upon my knowledge there. I'm not sure how to pronounce the name Huge. Anyway, plus never mind the fact that I really can't see all that well without my glasses. So I'm like squinting and like talking to you guys all at once. Sorry about that. Oh, and let's see. Catherine is watching from Missouri. Hey, Catherine, thanks for joining. Thanks so much. Yeah, so share away. Sometimes people actually meet people who are in their vicinity on these live streams, you guys. So it's not like outlandish to think that you could have that opportunity yourselves. And while I'm at it, talking about meeting people from your vicinity, there's this really cool, well, there's so many things to share with you. Honestly, I could talk to you for hours, but there's two things that I would like to just leave you with so that you know about them. One is that I have a really cool online community for textile upcyclers called Stitcherhood. And if you're interested, you can check it out. There's no obligation. You can go there, look at it. You get a 7-day like window of checking the whole platform. And if you dig it, you can stick around. And if you don't dig it, you can hop right back out of there. You do have to put your credit card information in to have that free trial, which I wish there was a way around it, but there really isn't. So if for some reason you get in there and you check it out and you're like, this really isn't for me, I don't have time, whatever, like it's not interesting to you, and you get charged because you forgot to hop out of there before the end of your free trial, you can just reach out to me. You can reach out to me here on the social media. You can there's a way to direct message people within Stitcherhood, and just let me know, and I can, reverse any charges and help you unsubscribe if that's what you would like to do. I just would encourage all of you to find your community, find your people, right? Like some of us, I read a statistic not that long ago about loneliness in today's world, and it's like more prevalent than ever in history. And I think it's so important that we all support each other and connect and really just know that there is a community of lovely, encouraging, warm, welcoming people who are jazzed about the same things you are. And textile upcycling is this beautiful connection for so many of us. So encourage you to check that out. I want to say hello to Anita from Sweden, who's tuning in. Hello, Anita. Thank you so much. Anita's becoming a regular. I love seeing your name flow by on my screen every week. Anita, thank you so much. And then Highland Secrets, who is Suzanne, and Suzanne's over in Rhinebeck, and she is making capelets for the whole family. So Suzanne makes these she has she's had a business for many years, and she just makes really cool, kind of, Suzanne, you might have to help me out, but I think it's like focused on like traditional Scottish Highland fabrics initially. And I think she's branched out into all sorts of different things, has been selling at like renegade fairs for years, and just a super sweet, lovely person. So Suzanne, happy Thanksgiving. And to you too, Anita, and to our friend in Bahrain, and Catherine, and Sarah, and everybody else who's joining today. I just want to wish you all, I'm just so grateful. I'm grateful for this community. I'm grateful for you, every person who listens, who comments, who follows and shares, are just making beautiful ripples happen throughout the world. And thank you. So I'm going to hop off, and I will see you next week, same time, same station, where we will talk about some other cool aspect of textile upcycling. If you have a pressing question, leave it in the comments. You have no idea how helpful it is for me to know what you're wondering about, so that I can make that into a future textile, Tuesday's Textile Alchemy episode. And stay tuned for that. And then listen to my podcast, you guys. I launched a podcast. We have, I think there's 10 episodes out, coming up to 11. I love it. I just absolutely love it. So Rags to Riches Textile Upcycling Podcast is the name of that. I would love for you to follow, to share, to review. Let me know what you think of it, and have a really great week. Thanks.